Now on the Kiwi this morning.
You're listening to the Radio Wammo Breakfast, only on Kiwi.
Well, Tiger Bear and the street artist collective, Cut Collective, are painting the town, quite literally that is, with 10 artworks that have been sprayed on the back of inner city Auckland buses. The backs of 10 Metrolink and Link buses feature different spray painted stencil works by the Cut Collective. Well, what's it all about, this painting of buses, and what's the point? Let's talk to TrustMe from the Cut Collective.
Hey, Wammo, how's it going?
Very good.
Cool.
Lovely to have you in.
Nice happy to be here.
Nice to see you. Now, you're just one of the artists. How many artists in Cut Collective?
We've got 5 official members. I mean, official just means that we work on the daily grind of it, and then we like to collaborate with as many as we can. So, over the past years, anything from 10 to 20 other artists. But yeah, at the core of the project, working on this one, the one with Tiger Bear, is 5 of us.
5 of you on this particular project. Now, how did it come? How did it come about? Did Tiger Bear approach you, or did you guys come up with the idea, and then you needed a sponsor? How did this work?
No, it was definitely a Tiger Bear initiative. We've worked with them on a few things before. They do the Tiger Translate parties every year. We've done installation works for that. It was their idea, and to give them a lot of credit for it. It was a pretty innovative idea, I thought, coming from that kind of client, So it was the project itself was quite large. It's interiors for bars, and then the exteriors across 10 bus backs.
Right.
So it's been ongoing we've probably been working on it for a couple of months now.
So it's not just buses. So there's a tie-in between sort of inside spaces and outside spaces.
Yeah. So we've painted murals in 4 different bars in a central Auckland area.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not strictly interior. One of them's on an alleyway that is part of the bar space, and that's sort of quite different to a bus back which travels round and round the city. So yeah, 2 parts to the project. We're just finishing up the bus one now.
Is this kind of like? Is this kind of like having something hung in a gallery, but instead it's actually on the move, and people can see it by chance?
Yeah, it's interesting for us. A lot of our work, like a big history of our art making, is based in the public anyway. So we do exhibitions and gallery work, so you might find our work in a gallery hanging inside a space, but you also see our work outside anyway. But the beauty of the bus is that it's not a stationary wall. It's, with the stationary wall, you're relying on people to walk past that wall. With the bus, it's out there moving and actually getting in everyone's faces in quite a, good way.
How would you describe the art? Is it graffiti art? What is it?
Oh, in a broad sense, you could call it graffiti art. It's interesting, graffiti is its own little thing which has been around for 30, 40 years. And those who are into graffiti in a big way would say it's not graffiti. And I'd probably agree with that, but for general purposes, you can call it graffiti.
Okay.
Or you could call it art.
For an easy way to understand, I suppose.
Yeah, people break it down to a lot of different things, but all the work in this series is stencil work. It's an effective way to create large-scale, accurate graphics on a surface, and that's sort of the medium we've chosen to do this project in.
Yeah. Is there a theme running sort of behind the artworks themselves?
Yeah, there's a few themes. We identified a few things to kind of play on. Kind of a little bit of topical stuff, kind of the things that have arisen out of the proposal or the imminent arrival of a super city, and the lack of, there's a political angle and the lack of community sovereignty and grassroots kind of ability to influence your own community, because that's a big part of what we as Cut Collective engage in anyway.
Yeah.
There's also themes of sustainability, so it's all, they're quite topical, and then some might not be that obvious, and they're well decorated and then they look pretty great. But there is a theme in there, and others will be overtly like, oh yeah, that's just dealing with an issue, straight up.
Because there's some kind of subversion also going on here as well, because normally you have brands advertising on the back of buses, people's faces, television programs. This is something very different to see on the back of a bus.
It definitely is. It's, for one, it's been painted directly on the bus. We did talk about with Tiger ideas. Should we get them paint a painting, get a photograph, print it on vinyl, stick it on. Well, it just wasn't really authentic enough for everybody. So
because that's the normal way that an
an
ad
ad
is done,
that's right. All the ads you see on the bus backs are all printed and applied on vinyl. Now they put down blank vinyl for us, and we paint it up directly.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is quite a departure, I guess, from a lot of advertising campaigns. It's been really good to work with Tiger on this, and their position on their branding's been really, quite forgiving from what is probably a traditional approach. So, I think we both parties could see the value, make it, subtle, and let the art speak. It should be about the art,
But in this case, it's not just the two of you, is it? You've also got to deal with the bus companies here as well.
Oh,
Metro.
yeah.
Did you have any feedback from them about what they'd like to see on their buses?
No, it's been quite good, actually. Creative control has been completely retained by us as Cut Collective, which is awesome. It gets pretty messy. You've got people who book the bus backs, you've got the bus company, you've got the vinyl people who apply the ads, you've got a PR company involved, you've got the client, Tiger Bear, you've got the Cut Collective. It gets pretty messy, but considering all that, it's been a really easy, straightforward process.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the artworks actually moving around the city yourself?
Oh, look, I've been hearing a lot about them from all my friends and friends of friends. I only just saw one this morning on my way in here, stuck behind it in traffic, which is pretty awesome because I imagine that's the experience a lot of people are going to have. They're going to be stuck in traffic behind these things, living in Auckland and all.
Tell us about your artwork.
Well, the ones I'm directly responsible for. There's one going around, just painted the other day. It's bright orange sunburst background. It's a bit of a play. You've got Rosie the Riveter, who was she was a propaganda icon really from the Second World War era. She was used as a figurehead to get women into the workforce, into the factories, because all the men were off fighting in the war.
Yeah.
So she was like woman empowerment, get in, fill the men's roles in the factory floor. I've taken that and mixed it up a little bit, so now she's turned into something of the contemporary rockabilly girl, complete with full sleeve tattoos and love on the knuckles. And I put her in there with a slogan that came out the same era, same kind of propaganda. Use it up, wear it out, make do or do without, which has always appealed to me, because it means use what you can and don't complain if you don't have it.
Yeah.
Because it's really comes down to resourcefulness and inventiveness, which I think is quite a nice Kiwi theme anyway. But also, especially in these times, I think it's quite appropriate too.
Yeah. How long are these going to be wandering around the city for?
I think we're rolling on the road till mid-November.
Oh,
actually.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, so we got something like a 2.5 month spread.
Does that mean that that there's going to be you're going to be doing them all the time? They're going to be refreshed?
we've been doing it over each weekend. Another 2 have been painted and then get on the road. So the last 2 to be done out of the 10 actually happening this Sunday.
Yeah.
So come Monday there'll be the full complement rolling around.
Also, with the type of paint, did you find yourself working with new material? With new...
No, we did a little bit of work on that. You never know how things react, and how things last. Given it's rolling, like I said, for 2.5 months. It's got to be weather tight. Go through the bus wash.
Yeah.
Get scrubbed and so on.
How often are they scrubbed? Do you know?
I think
daily?
twice a week.
Twice a week?
Yeah, I think twice a week.
Yeah.
So we found out plenty about buses that we didn't know or didn't need to know, but we know now.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as materials goes, it was pretty straightforward. It's all spray paint, and they've been clear coated with a protector or something.
Okay.
But it's our usual medium spray paint, so we were quite comfortable with that.
I just wonder if there's any sort of competition between the bus drivers to actually to drive the certain buses that they like.
Yeah, well, if I was on the bus route, I definitely would be trying to get one of those.
But I suppose you can't really experience the artwork from inside the bus. You really need to be travelling along behind, don't you?
Yeah, you do. You do. Or maybe there might be some kind of customer feedback that you'd get, make your day go a little bit easier.
Yeah. Well, TrustMe, thanks so much for coming on and telling us all about the Cut Collective and the Art on Buses project, along with Tiger Beer. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, no problem.
And I hope this kind of art sort of spreads. And we'll see more of it.
Yeah, I hope other companies get on board. It's a good thing.
All right.